Cheng Lei is actually a very prominent figure over here in the Chinese government's English language media. She is an on-air anchor. She's been working there for the past 8 years, primarily as a business reporter, but during big events like the political congress that China held in May this year, Cheng Lei was one of the anchors trusted to do that major coverage. So she is a very high-profile figure on the network. She also is a very well-known figure here in the Australian community. She regularly MCs events for the Australian business associations, for the Australian embassy, so she's very well known and liked up here in Beijing. For weeks, friends of hers have been trying to contact her to no avail. There's been a lot of speculation because, of course, she worked at a Chinese government media outlet, and her profile page on the website, as well as old videos of her stories, were purged from the website of CGTN, and the Australian Foreign Minister confirmed what we'd already heard up here today, that she was detained more than 2 weeks ago. Australian officials were formally notified on August the 14th, and they, somewhat belatedly, according to the consular agreement, had the opportunity to speak to her via video link late last week.
Do we think in any way that this is linked to the deteriorating relationship between Beijing and Canberra, or could it be something completely unrelated?
Her friends don't want to speculate. This is a highly sensitive case. Obviously, from an Australian perspective, the first thing you think of is she's an Australian national who's been detained. But consider the fact that she is a prominent face of a major Chinese state-owned media network. It is highly unusual for and let's face it, embarrassing for the Chinese government to detain somebody who has such a high profile in the state media. So friends of hers in Beijing, they do not want to speculate. Nobody is aware of any possible reasons for her detention. But at this point, she's being held under what's called residential surveillance at a designated location. Now, don't let the name confuse you. It is detention, and it's not house arrest. It is at a detention centre. And according to the contact that she was allowed to have with Australian officials late last week, I understand that conditions are okay. But the big fear, Bev, is that in these cases, Chinese authorities can hold people under residential surveillance for 6 months before they even formally arrest them.
Bill, a one to watch. Thank you very much for bringing us up to date with that development tonight.